Hi, this is Sue with Creations by Sue, and today I'm going to show you how to put a name on this Lovey. I already have him hooped in a 5.5 mighty hoop for the Redline. I'll be using the Redline 1501 to do the embroidery, and I did do a different video to show how I designed the name in Embrilliance Essentials. So let's get started. I'll be putting the name Cohen on this Lovey, and I have that on my USB stick, so I'll press the USB icon, and there's Cohen. So I'm going to press that, press this little flower with the arrow, and I already have the name in there because I typed that in when I put this on the USB in software. So I'll press the check mark. Now I will exit the screen by going to this box down here on the right above the 3 needles with an arrow going into a book, it looks like, and I need to go to screen number 2 because actually I will be putting this on the machine upside down, so I need to turn the name upside down. So I do that in number 2. You can see the P, and I want it to be upside down, and there it is upside down, so that will turn that design upside down to be on my Lovey. And my thread color, I want it to be blue, which is number 4 on my machine, so press number 4. And then I'll go to screen number 4, and I will be using this screen to make sure that the design is going to stitch within the hoop, and also to center the design first of all. So I'll do that next. I changed the camera view so that you can see the screen as well as the hoop in the machine. And the first thing I need to do is to center this design. So I'm going to go to this box that's yellow with the magnifying glass. And another thing I need to do, I only have a 5.5 hoop on, which I don't have in the machine. I don't have it programmed into the machine because there's not room for it. So I'm going to put none frame and then hit the check mark, and it'll say frame may move. Hit that check mark to let it move. It won't move when you say none frame though. And then I'll be watching my needle, and I want to get it to right about here. So I'm going to use this oval with the arrows to do that. And in the middle, there are 2 red arrows. If you change that to 1, it'll go slower, really slow. If you have it on 2, it'll go faster. I want it to go faster, so I'm going to move. Whoops. I always forget that moves the hoop. So we're moving the hoop. I guess let's see. Yes, it moves the hoop. Okay, here we go. And then a little bit. There we go, and then I want to move the hoop down. I'm not currently using my laser. I'll turn it on. And it's quite off, as you can see. It's way over here, and here's my first needle, and I have a hard time getting that laser to line up, so I'm going to turn it off again. I've monkeyed with it several times. Hopefully you have better luck with a laser on your machine. All right, so what I do is I take my finger, move this first needle down, and that's the needle I'm using for placement, which I'll show you in a minute how I got it to needle 1. Sorry I didn't show you that in the first place. And I need to move the hoop over just a little. So now I'm going to go ahead and put it on the slower speed and move it. And that looks pretty, a little bit further over. That looks good right there. In order to get it to be on needle 1, I first have to exit this screen, and then I go into the 3 needle down here on the right, and then you can see needle 1 is highlighted. If I press any of these other needles, it'll move the machine over to that needle being the one that is the main needle. But I always use number 1 for my placement. All right, and then I'm going to exit this screen, go back to that yellow icon screen. And now when I push this circle, the second one down from this main rectangular box on the right, it'll give me an outline of the design on my item, which I always do, and you should always do, so that your needle does not hit the frame. So I will hold the presser foot down a little bit, press that icon, press the check mark, and now you can see that it's outlining where it's going to go, and so far it looks really good. This is a fuzzy material, so I have a water-soluble stabilizer on top of it to help the stitches stay on top of the material better. And there we go. All right, it is ready for stitching. So then I will exit out of this screen, and then I'll press this red box down in the lower left and press confirm. And that's going to show me the design now that it's good to see it's going to stitch upside down just as I programmed it to do. And I will go ahead and stitch this out. But one last thing before I stitch it out is this needle needs to come out that I have in there, so I don't hit that with the needle, of course. So I just kind of work it out with my fingers underneath that water-soluble stabilizer and pull it out. All right, and now I'll go ahead and stitch it. So just press the red button. And there it goes. Here is the finished design. It turned out very nicely. You can see on the back I did use a blue bobbin thread, which I forgot to tell you that I would be doing that. That way the design doesn't show as much through the back. Thank you for watching, and be sure to give a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video and or learned something new from it. And press the subscribe button if you'd like to be notified of future videos. Happy stitching! Bye!